Wrapping tape on you, do
Welcome everybody to the Greater NHRU Match of the Round, brought to you by Bar TV. We're here today at Townsend Oval in a big match-up for 5th place with Merewether Carlton against Nelson Bay. With me today is Jimmy Garner, causing controversy all week. Jimmy, how are you?
Just reporting the news, mate. Great to be here, Gareth. That fantastic day, beautiful winter's day, and it should be a great game of football.
Winter? I don't know about winter. I'm dressed in a skivvy, but you're dressed in your shorts and your t-shirt. It's a lovely sunny day at Merewether, where the sun really never goes down here, mate.
Mate, I'm from the bush, a bit tougher than you blokes, but nice little breeze whipping up from the south, but I don't think it'll be anything like we saw last week at number 2 Sports Ground. All in all, great conditions for footy. Pitch looks a bit hard, though. That's probably the only concern, particularly for the forwards out there, but other than that, decent coverage of grass, should be a fast game, and I expect some points to be scored.
Well, the cricket pitch is pretty much been bad all year, Jimmy. You know that's how it is at Townsend. That's why, the Merewether guys are bred pretty tough out here, mate.
Mate, the cricketers complain that it's bad in summer as well, but we better have a look at these two teams, eh?
Yeah, going through the teams for Merewether Carlton, number 1 is Mac Nixon, who had an absolute blinder last week. Number 2 and hooker. Vice-captain this week is Mick Gill. Number 3, Keith Barlow. Number 4, Sean Rich. 5, Mitchell Frost. 6, Pat Island. 7, Adam Nolan. 8, Mac Ray. 9, Gareth Ernst. He's captain today. 10, Blake Crichton. 11, Eddie Clifton up in the side. 12, Kent Hatchwell. 13, Jaden Hetherington. 14, Riley Smith. And 15, Aidan Kelso, with a couple of fresh reserves too, Jay Strawn and the kid of Ward.
Chris Ward, yeah, good football, both of them. They'll certainly have some impact for the Bay. Of course, the Bay sitting 5th, a point above Merewether Carlton as we enter this third last round. A very important game for both teams. In the front row, we have Jeremy Siegel and Kieran Murphy, an Irish guy. The hookers, Dan Collins, and perhaps one of the best hookers in town. The second row, there's been one change. Matt James comes in for Adam Howarth. Adam Edwards is the other lock. The back row consists of Ben Monan, Jeremy Haddad and Ben Lucas. Liam Carney is the halfback. The 5'8", and the man of the moment is Chad Northcott. The wingers are Jed Alexander and David Sharp. The centre pairing, Michael Hattini and Jack Arthur. And at fullback is Kiwi Michael Beretta. Should be a great game, this one. Of course, the Bay got over the top of Merewether in round 6 up at Strong Oval. They're a different beast away from home. The Gropers certainly not as strong as they are on their home territory.
Yeah, that's right. And as we look at the crowd at Old Boys Day over there for Merewether Carlton, as the team's just about to run out onto the field, where do you see this game being played out, Jimmy?
I think the breakdown will be crucial. It'll be interesting to see how Merewether Carlton back up physically from that game against Wanderers last week. It certainly took a great toll on them mentally as well. If they can bounce back, I have found so far this year, teams the week after they've played Wanderers have really struggled to get up physically. So, of course, Nelson Bay, I haven't seen them for about 5 or 6 weeks. They're very good. They've certainly got some game breakers amongst them, and they're very tough at the breakdown. But it's the bread and butter stuff that sort of let them down in the past. The kicking out in the full or winning their own line out, those sort of things. If they can clean up those areas, they're as good a team as anyone. Yeah,
Chad Northcott, he's probably the one that steers the round. He's back into the side. He's been out for a couple of weeks, I believe. Chad, he's kind of up there with the Anderson medal as well.
Yeah, he's a different sort of 5'8". He's a real explosive sort of off-the-cuff player. Yeah, he got a bad cork. Had 2 weeks out, went to New Zealand, freshened him up a little bit. He played last week, but was, from all accounts, was sort of only sort of in second gear, never really stretched out. So he'll be full of running this week, and they've got plenty of strike power in their backs. You look at Michael Hattini, he's a big centre. Jack Arthur's a young 19-year-old who played in New South Wales Country 20s this year, and Michael Brenner's another guy that's come over from New Zealand. As we see the Greens run out the field, of course, by the inspirational leader Mick Gill. I understand it's his last game here at Townsend Oval before retiring at the end of the year, so he'll be pumped for a massive one.
Yeah, he tells me he's hanging up the boots, and he was quite emotional yesterday after the captain's run up in the green room. For Mac Nixon and Keith Barlow last week, do you think if the Merewether guys can sort of control this scrum, is this where it's going to be won?
Yeah, certainly. I think both front rowers are big boys. There's an Irish guy that's come out for Nelson Bay, Kieran Murphy, arrived mid-season. Took him a couple of weeks to get adjusted to the heat factor. I can't remember it being terribly hot, but apparently he struggled. But he's acclimatised now, and just while we're on it, we may as well say cheerio out to Nelson Bay Bowling Club and the Shoal Bay Country Club, who are tuning in today, and I'm sure they'll be hoping for a big performance from their Gropers.
Yeah, live over in Nelson Bay at Groper Country. As the guys get out and shake hands. Rob Delbo controlling the match today. Rob kind of likes a good free-flowing game.
Yeah, he does. I think how he polices the breakdown will be crucial. I think last week he had Nelson Bay and he sent a couple of their guys to the sin bin for repeated infringements. I'm sure the coaches had a word to them about that. They have to adjust to the way he referees.
And with the Bay looking to kick off, Merewether winning the toss, and they're running towards town. The Nelson Bay side running away from town towards Charlestown, as you put it.
Yeah, slight wind at the back of Merewether Carlton in the first half, and of course they'll be running towards the green room in the second half, which is what they love, nothing more. That certainly lifts them 5, 6, 10%.
And I tell you what, if those old boys aren't bagging out the Nelson Bay team, they'll be bagging out the greens just as strongly, Jimmy, as we go to the kickoff right here. Big hulking kick there by Burita, and it's up, and good take there by Sean Rich as he brings the ball down. Ball clear at the back of the ruck there for Ernst. Big Mac Nixon taking the ball up. Nice run as he sets it up there. Ernst at the back. Gets the ball out. Good offload there in traffic to Island as Island takes it over the 40-metre line. Crichton's calling for it. Big long cutout ball. And, could have put a foot on the line. No, he keeps it in Clifton. Clifton takes it to the 40-metre line. Not much gain line there.
Interesting that Merewether Carlton 2 phases and then look to spin it wide. Maybe it's a sign of things to come.
Yeah, that's right. And Crichton has the ball now looking to kick, and that's a good kick deep down into Nelson Bay territory, and trickles over the line at about the 10-metre line as he keeps it in. He looks to kick out. Little chip over the top. That's enterprising. He gathers another kick ahead there, and Crichton's there to safe it. Juggles the ball. He's normally safe under pressure. He looks to spread wide there. Kelso has the ball, and Kelso kicks downfield to maintain pressure on the Nelson Bay side as it trickles into the 20-metre danger zone.
Yeah, David Sharp just takes it. The smart option there, the safe option, I guess. Yeah, that was Chad Northcott at fullback. Where's number 10 on his back? We can float. He will float around and pop up anywhere, and that's his game. 2 chip and chases in the opening minute. This looks like it's going to be a really open game, which is totally different from the game we watched last week.
As we set for the first line out, Mitchell Frost gets it cleanly to Crichton. Ken Hatchwell running, makes the advantage line easily. It takes a few to get him down.
Yeah, you spoke of Mick Gilbert in retirement, also Ken Hatchwell, Mitch Frost, and from what I understand, Aidan Kelso also hanging them up. So, yeah, not just Mick Gill with a lot to play for today.
I believe Aidan Kelso has been hanging them up for the last 3 years as the ball shifts left to Gill, playing that first receiver role. And it's been intercepted there by the Bay team. Chancing their arm, the Bay. Collins with the ball. Inside to Burita. Burita streaks away. This is going to be a try untouched to Burita as Nolan chases. He's just playing with him now, and that's a pretty good try there for Nelson Bay against the runner play.
That's Nelson Bay down pat, just when you think you got on, they strike. Great little bit of enterprise there by David Sharp. Took the odds to the intercept. Got one hand. It looked like he was going to spill it there for a moment, but he found Dan Collins hanging out on the wing on his inside, and then it was just a case of give it to Michael Beretta, and off he went.
And Dan Collins is a case of whatever you can do, Mick Gill, I can do better, as he sets his man up into open space. As we just go now to the replay as the players walk back. Now that was definitely against the run of play there against Merewether, and that's what you've got to do in these games. You've got to take your chances as we look at the replay, and he juggles the ball there off to Collins, and look at Collins sets it up like a 5'8" to
didn't Beretta just move up on his inside. He was like a racehorse, isn't he? Just once he got that bit of open space, he put the ears back and off he went, and that's a great start for the Bay.
Yeah, he's electric, Beretta. I've watched him and I've commented on him a few times on 2HD that he's probably one to watch out for. He's the danger man for the Bay. And he streaks away. Now, young Jack Arthur taking the kick. He's quite a bit of a sharpshooter, Jack Arthur, as he lines the ball up. Moves into strike.
Yeah, pretty sweet nut, that one, straight over the middle.
Nails it.
A great start there, Bar TV, and of course supported you by the Newcastle Herald for all your rugby news. Get the Newcastle Herald. We'll have the report from this game on Monday, as well as the rugby page on a Thursday, blog on a Friday, and of course previews on a Saturday. So for all your rugby news, get the Newcastle Herald or go to www.theherald.com.au.
If you are watching live, feel free to comment and tweet in as we speak as the ball's kicked off. Good take there by the replacement, Matt James. Ball's at the back.
Ball's out, play on!
The Merewether side have turned it over. That's a good win for Merewether there as they move the ball up to the 20-metre line. It's a bit of a maul there as the ball goes down now to the ruck. Gill at the back, takes it forward slowly. Good safe rugby there. The ball bounces out. Ernst cleans up. Merewether guys are going to have to regroup here. Ball is at the back, and he rucks it forward slowly but surely. Up to about the 15-metre mark.
Keep working, guys.
As they keep going to the 10-metre mark. They look dangerous here, the Merewether side, and they're looking to chance their arm. I don't think that intercept is going to change the way they're playing, Jimmy.
No, they're lined up deep on the left here. Looks like something's coming. It certainly wasn't the restart that Nelson Bay were after. They did the hard work. They got the opening try, and then they turn the ball over from the kickoff. Not what you want.
Sean Rich ducks under a tackler there as he takes it in now. Crichton with the ball, inside to Hatchwell, who loses his footing. The ball's about 15 metres there, and that's a penalty to the Merewether Carlton side. All coming over in the ruck there, losing their feet.
Yeah, interesting to see what they do here, the Greens. Do they go for what is a relatively easy kick, or do they go for the 7 points?
Oh, I think they might go for the line out here, Jimmy, and go for that maul that they were pretty effective that maul last week against Wanderers.
Yeah, first line, interesting. No, second line, I think. First one with the Greens throwing. Nelson Bay got a pretty strong line. They got a couple of tall boys there in the second row. I expect they might throw someone up at 2 and then try and bring it down.
All to the back. This is a planned move here as they set the ball here for the maul as they drive on the ball over the line. This could
drive,
be a try
nice body
here.
height.
As they take the ball down, that's a try. That's a good try there to Merewether Carlton. That's a good forward try, Jimmy.
Yeah, textbook stuff that. Took the risk to go into the back of the line. It looked like Nelson Bay thought they'd go to the front, nice and sharp and short. But they went the back, good throw, nice take, and they were there in numbers, and they had the body height, and from there it was just a case of making sure they didn't spoil the ball at the back and grounding it. And yeah, terrific try by Merewether Carlton, and just the response they needed.
Yeah, it's a shame Mick Gill's retiring because he's finally nailed his throws this year. He was a bit wayward when he first started at hooker, but he's absolutely nailing the last few weeks. And as we look at the replay here, we'll see he throws it right to the back, catching the Nelson Bay guys off guard as Crichton lines up the ball to kick.
Yeah, good take by Adam Nolan. The body height's nice and low. Nelson Bay aren't there in numbers from there. It was just a case of when, not if.
Yeah, that's a perfect line out. That's a perfect set piece there. As Crichton lines the ball up now to kick. He was hit and miss last week, so hopefully he can rectify that this week as he lines up to kick. The Bay boys come out and he strikes the ball and he misses. He just knocks that one wide, Blake Crichton. As the Bay come back now, they want to get the ball back on this restart and put some pressure on the green side. Taking their time now to get back. It is quite a hot day out here as well. As they go to kick left, they're all lined up. And Burita looking to kick high and get that ball back. That's a good restart. Ball comes for Frost. He drops the ball. Merewether Carlton still have it on about the 30-metre line. And that's a knock-on call by Rob Delbo for the first scrum of the game.
Yeah, interesting to see whether the Bay really have a crack at this. Yeah, I haven't seen this. I haven't seen certainly Kieran Murphy packed down before, but certainly Big Jeremy Seagull provides a good anchor there on the loose head side. And of course, we've seen the Merewether Carlton scrum a couple of times now, and they're pretty solid.
Yeah, Jeremy Seagull with the nickname The Fridge, so he is quite a good anchor from all reports, and we did cover his game a couple of weeks ago against Uni, and I'll tell you what, the Uni scrum's one of the best in the comp, and they didn't go backwards, Jimmy.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen, as I said, I haven't seen Kieran Murphy, but all reports are he's not the biggest lad, but he's a very good scrummager on the tight head side here for Nelson Bay, so it should be a good contest. He's up against Mac Nixon, and of course Keith Barlow on the other side. Yep, looks like a quick free kick out of the Bay.
As he takes the ball now to about the 20-metre line, Ben Lucas. And that's a penalty to the Bay. Looking to keep the play going, though. I think they may go for goal here to extend that lead. No, they're going for the line.
Both teams backing themselves here, which is what you expect from certainly from Nelson Bay. Their coach said to me, "We're not going to win the comp or win this game by kicking penalties. We're here to score some tries." So they're certainly testing their arm and they're willing to back themselves.
And the Nelson Bay backline set wide out to the right as Collins looks to throw. He's been on the money the last few weeks, Collins. The ball goes up and it goes to the back. The breakaway cleans up there. They're about 8 metres out as the Merewether sign set. Takes it up the replacement, Matt James, who's come in last minute today. Northcott has the ball, little inside ball there to Houtini. He makes the ball. He's going to get untouched under the post. That's poor defence by Merewether Carlton.
Yeah, terrible defence there by Merewether Carlton. Pretty easy move. He just slid across to his right, took the inside runner. Michael Houtini just brushed off one defender, and then it was a case of 15 metres and under the sticks.
The old inside ball, that hasn't produced points for about 40 years, that move.
Mate, the way we're going, it's a point a minute, this stuff, so it's pretty exciting stuff. But yeah, Mick Dan would not be happy with that defence from a set play, virtually from a set piece. It's certainly not what you come to expect of Merewether Carlton. Maybe they are a little bit jaded from last week, because they defended so well.
I can see Mick Dan over in the coach's box absolutely fuming as Jack makes that 2 points conversion as the Bayside comes back now. The score now 14-5 to Nelson Bay. And it's a quick restart here. That's a big high kick there, but no pressure really. He juggles the ball anyway and drops it, with Island getting the ball back. This is to and fro stuff, this game.
A repeat of the first restart, certainly an area the Bay need to improve on.
Oh, the Bay come through the ruck there. It's a knock on though, with a Merewether Carlton feed.
Yeah, another good opportunity here for the Goons. Just a concentration thing for the Bay. They've certainly got the skill set to make sure they get around and support the man from these restarts. But every time they score a try, they just simply can't afford to give Merewether Carlton a piggyback back up the other end of the field.
Yeah, the Greens look set. Looks like they're probably just going to hit one up off Crichton here and set the ball up and maybe get a couple of phases and hopefully draw the Nelson Bay players in and get one out wide here. Scrum though looking very solid. Ernst feeds the ball. Bay come through on it. Mac Ray picks it up from the back. Off to Crichton. Nice short ball there to Ken Hatchwell. Hatchwell takes the ball in. They go the same
corner
way.
Here, the Greens, they've got numbers on the left.
Sean Rich. Not enough runners there. Mitchell Frost takes it forward over the advantage line. About 12 metres out. Ernst now cuts out Gill. Sean Rich now with the ball, setting up nicely. Good numbers there by the Greens. Crichton calls for the ball out, cuts one out. And that's going to be a try in the corner, Jimmy.
Yeah, great piece of play there. Certainly took the odds after that last cut-out pass. He thought maybe he might keep it in hand. But no, great little piece of vision there from Blake Crichton.
And Riley Smith finding the line a couple of times in the last few weeks, Riley Smith.
Yeah, he's a big boy, isn't he? He's certainly powerfully built. I think when he first came over from New Zealand, he started at fullback. He had a pretty, I guess, not the best debut for the Greens. I think he missed a goal from in front that could have won him the game. But from then, I think he had a calf injury, a hamstring injury. Went back to New Zealand for a couple of weeks. But since he's come back into the team, he's been really strong on that right wing.
Yeah, definitely. As Crichton now from the side, nearly exact position that he missed from to win the game last week.
Yeah, as we see the replay, they had a little bit to do, Riley Smith. He had some cover defence coming across, but his wheels, he just too quick. As we see the pass here from Crichton, took the odds. Yeah, nice cut-out ball. They played up and in defence there from the Bay, and once Riley Smith got on the outside, it was just a 20-metre sprint to the line, and he got there easily. Yeah,
definitely, and he's deceptively quick, Smith, isn't he, as Crichton looks to kick. Comes in, lines it up. Boom, and I think he has missed that one. Crichton not having a good day with the boot as the Bay still leads 14-10 as the Bay brings the ball back for the restart.
Yeah, 12 minutes gone, so we're nearly 2 points a minute at the moment, so
it's been
hectic stuff.
It's been a free-flowing game, hasn't it, Jimmy? As Burrito looks to kick off. Oh, he shapes to kick short, but decides not to and decides to go where his forwards are. Good mind games there as the ball gets hoiked high. And it's knocked on there by Merewether Carlton, but Nelson Bay deemed to have taken the players out in the air. I tell you what, he didn't get much air there. It's a penalty nonetheless. Crichton looks to find the line, gets around the halfway mark, just in front of halfway.
Yeah, interesting to see. You think the pace of this is going to have to slow down. It's going to have to sort of set into a little bit of a grind here shortly. But Merewether Carlton, nice win off the top by Sean Rich.
Ooh,
ball out in front.
Crichton settles the ball nicely. Gee, he's strong in broken play, Crichton. Deceptively strong.
Yeah, numbers here on the left, the Greens.
Oh, let it go.
Jaden Hetherington down the left.
Oh, nice ball there to Eddie Clifton, and Eddie Clifton juggles it.
Yeah, I'm not sure he would have been in the touch, but he certainly had a little bit of look there, and the ball was just behind him and dribbled into touch.
Yeah, Barlow really probably had to pass that one a little bit quicker there.
Worrying signs, though, for Nelson Bay, because whenever the Greens get down here, they look like they can put some points on. So,
yeah, as Collins gets his favourable ball.
Issuing here, Mac Ray's gone to 2 for Merewether Carlton. Sean Rich jumping at 4.
Sean Rich picks that one nicely.
Sean Rich.
As Mick Gill passes out to Crichton, there's numbers out here. Ken Hatchwell goes through. He's pulled up there by the shirt. Nolan backing up well and takes the ball to ground right in front of the sticks.
Massive overlap on the right here, the Greens. It's just got the ball through the hand. They've got to score.
Dummies once. Holds onto the ball. Probably should have given it. Now Mac Ray with the ball. Driving forward. Just short of the line. Ernst with the ball. He might go himself here. Passes the ball out. Steps one inside and he's held up there. And Ernst again with the ball. Scurries under there as they take the ball forward. Picking and driving now. And that's a penalty there to the Greens.
Yeah, always had his own. I think there was an offside there early on the piece. Gave the advantage, gave him plenty of opportunity to try and turn it into 5 points. But again, will they take the option of kick for goal or test their arm and quick tap as they do?
Gill has the ball now, inside ball there, and that's a big tackle there as he's pulled up about 5 metres out. Kelso with the ball, loses his footing.
Jaden Heatherman cleans up the back. Just got to recycle, get set here, Merewether Carlton. Need a little bit of patience, a bit of composure.
Gill takes the ball forward. He's got good options there, Gill, and he takes it forward. And Barlow has the ball now, takes it forward again. And that's another, that's a
unlucky
Shepherd.
there. I'm not sure he actually went behind him. I thought he'd just done enough there to put the brakes on, but it's the first real error they've made in the red zone, Merewether Carlton. I think they just, they're letting the pace of this game probably get to them a little bit. That was probably a good opportunity to slow things down. Let's have a couple of forward runners. Let's get set, find a hole, and then go again. Rather than it's a little bit like touch footy this game at present.
Yeah, trying to score off everything there. Merewether Carlton as Nelson Bay kick themselves out of trouble to about the 40-metre line for their own line out on the penalty. The winger places the ball. Merewether Carlton set already as Nelson Bay saunter into the line out. They have got numbers out here with the big fridge looking to run off. There, he's hard to put down.
Yeah, Adam Nolan up in his face, but he still ended up getting driven back about 5 metres out. Adam Nolan, giving away a fair bit of weight advantage.
As the Bay players take it over the 40-metre line now. Northcott calling for it.
Offside there, the green's a little bit early.
Northcott puts a little chip over. That's a good little kick there as Delbo blows the penalty after playing an advantage.
Yeah, they just quick out of the gates there. The Greens just on the left side, eager to get up and make some bruising tackles, but paid the penalty in that case. And this is a chance for Nelson Bay to put the ball deep into Merewether territory and go on the attack again.
Of course, we are brought to you today by the Herald live online and Bar TV, the leaders in grassroots sports, and we are live at Nelson Bay Country Club and the Bowling Club at the moment. So if you guys are out there, don't be afraid to tweet us. As Eddie Clifton takes the ball, and then Nelson Bay fail to find touch off their own penalty. Clifton takes the ball in, spins out of one, and that's a good little run there as he takes it up to the 40-metre line. They go the blind side with Gill. Gill had Barlow on his outside and didn't pass it.
As I said in the preview, just those little things that let Nelson Bay down. The knock, find and touch from a penalty, the turnover, the restart.
That's a big hit
if they can cut that out of their game, well, they're as good, as we said, they're as good as beating anyone, but they need to defend here.
As Crichton punches the ball down with Northcott. Looks to take them on, and he does.
Yeah, it looks like Northcott is going to fullback in defence and obviously coming up first receiver in attack. When I watched him early in the year, he actually went to the wing in defence, but obviously at fullback he's a great counter-attacker and it's probably the best spot for him.
And Arthur now with the ball, places it well. Burrito with the ball, little kick down. Kelso should have this one covered as it bounces, funny for him.
Yeah, not looks a good chase this.
And that's not a good chase at all as Kelso makes easy metres up the middle there on the cricket pitch. Geez, it looked dusty. As Kenny T gets the ball, passes it out to big Keith Barlow, who makes a good run to about the halfway line. Nolan with the ball, takes it in tight around his forwards. Ernst at the back, Crichton calls for it. Big long cutout, misses everyone. Eddie Clifton with the ball now. He's going to look to set it up, is he? As he gets around him easily. He hasn't got the numbers with him, though.
Yeah, good.
As Ireland gets over in the end there.
Yeah, support gets there late by Merewether Carlton. They're just starting to work into the game now. Their forwards are starting to get more involved rather than just shifting it sideways. Mick Gill, first receiver, look for his little passes as Crichton again orchestrates something on the right.
Oh, and just not executing that one there.
Yeah, his last two passes have been pretty ordinary from Blake Crichton. His first two are on the money. His last two are just a little bit high and a little bit wide.
Yeah, probably a case of probably trying to do a little bit too much there when hands may well have done it.
He spoke of Eddie Clifton before. I know Sam Clifton has had a horror run with injuries. He had a double groin surgery, I think, in the off-season. I was understanding he was on his way back, but I still haven't seen his name the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Sam Clifton's still out injured. Probably won't be back, I don't think, till maybe the semi-finals. I don't know if he qualifies now.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Because he's such an explosive and lightning player. He can turn a game on his own.
As Ernst does a little kick over the top there. The Merewether Carlton chase is not there, though, and the ball just trickles over the line as they get the quick line out in. Northcott has the ball now, catching the Greens unaware. Spreads the ball wide now. Burrito has the ball. He's got a lot of pace, Burrito, as he passes the ball back into Arthur, who looks to set the ball up. As Island's at the back there. Northcott's at the back, scurrying for the ball. Mac Ray comes over.
Yeah, he came in from the side there, Mac Ray. As soon as he went in, I think he stuck his hand up and knew he was knew he was at fault. But again, that's Nelson Bay. That's what they do. Yeah, just when you think you can take a breather, bang, they're gone. Quick line out. They spread it to the right. You've just got to always have your eyes up and be ready for anything at the greens.
Yeah, it's certainly a different side to the one we used to see in when Nelson Bay first came back into the Premier game with Big Gamble and all those guys.
They did. They were the Bruce brothers, weren't they? They had the Stewart brothers and, of course, Richie Gamble, Darren Stewart, Grant Stewart, Toddy Workman. Most of their, sometimes the wingers get hypothermia. All they were there to do was to chase the kicks downfield. They certainly hardly saw the ball. But different outfit this year. They're very, very elusive and very good to watch.
Sean Rich spoils the ball there and Keary takes the ball down, but I think the Greens have come over, but Rob Delbo has pinged them for losing their feet there. And this will be another Merewether Carlton sort of, lack of cohesion and lack of intensity by Merewether.
The penalty count 5-2 in favour of the Bay here, so they need to adjust Merewether Carlton. It's just most of them have been at the ruck too, or just been that little bit over enthusiastic, getting up the line too quick. So maybe they just need to take a deep breath and take a half step back and rather than piggyback the Grapers up the field.
Line out now set. Bay with forwards out.
Yeah, again, turnover, Merewether Carlton all over the Bay line out at this point.
Gill has the ball, gets it off to Crichton. Crichton onto Island. Island steams onto it. And that's a good run there by Island.
Mate, how long before he's playing prop do you think? He's certainly got the body of a front row hooker at least. He's big and strong and powerful.
Him and his brother. And I think they could play prop for Merewether for years to come, I think.
Yeah, certainly the modern day front rower nowadays, isn't it? It's not the big tubby fellow of the years gone past. They're certainly looking for athletes and back rowers to become front rowers, and he certainly looks like he's got all the ingredients.
I don't like how you looked at me like that then, Jimmy.
Well, mate, only because I was looking over my own stomach, to be honest. But again, Nelson Bay pressure on this line. They need a good take here.
As the ball set, Collins throws it high and loops over. Nolan cleans up at the back for Greens. That's bad luck for Nelson Bay.
Yeah, they just don't look confident at the line at the moment. They're sort of second-guessing themselves. The throws on the mark. The lift is not good. It's virtually inviting Merewether Carlton to attack it, and they are.
Nixon passes off to Island. Island has another big hulking run there. Takes it forward.
He just got caught up high there. I thought he was going to turn over, but showed great strength to get the ground. Numbers on the right here again. Here's Kelso.
Kelso takes it infield. That's a good ball by Mick Gill, who's playing that first receiver role today at hooker. And Barlow takes it forward. He's running really well. He's coming into effect now.
Now, there's probably better scrummages in the comp than Keith Barlow, but I don't think there's a better runner of the football. He just sticks his hand up and gets over that gain line every time.
And Nixon now, his partner, takes it forward about 5 metres as Crichton has the ball, sets it wide, back to Kelso, who juggles it and takes it in probably about
timing
10
just a
metres
little bit
out
out there. It was a sweeping play, but they're on the left
they
again.
Go blind. Crichton dances a little bit there with the Bay defence.
All over this, the Bay. I think they'll have a turnover here.
All the Carlton guys get over. I think the Bay have turned it over. You're right, Jimmy, as Island looks to get the ball. They're set to kick. Arthur back there.
Yeah, definite
Bay ball there.
Just a little bit slow to react there, the Merewether Carlton guys. Not enough support, got isolated, and great work to get their hands in and turn it over. They're just going to try and grind this out, give it a little bit of depth for the Bay to kick out of territory.
That's a knock-on as well there. So the Merewether Carlton side will probably look to put a lot of pressure on this Nelson Bay scrum because they'll probably look to clear or maybe even take it from the back through Lucas. And there is an injury there as Delbo calls time off.
Yeah, not surprised both teams have taken a breather. It's been played at a fairly hectic space. We've had just on 23 minutes gone, 24 points scored. So, particularly the bigger boys, as we said, it's quite a warm winter's day out there, and probably not surprising that they're taking a deep breath.
And the score is 14-10 to the Bay, with Merewether still behind, but they've had all the possession, the Merewether Carlton side. They just haven't really converted their attack. As the scrum now setting.
Yeah, big important scrum this one. Need to stay nice and tight, low to the ground, Nelson Bay, and make sure this nice, clean route one ball straight to the fullback. Chad Northcott positioned behind the scrum, ready for the ball, and no doubt to try and put in a clearing kick.
Lucas picks it up, and he's gone to run it from his own 3 metre line. That's crazy, as he takes it now to about the 10 metres. And that's a good little kick there by
I think it was touched.
Kearney.
Yeah, it's Nelson Bay ball here, but that won't worry the Greens. They'll attack this again for sure.
Yeah, Sean Rich has been picking them off all day for the defending line out here for Merewether.
They just don't look confident, the line out Nelson Bay. That's probably the biggest concern. The body language isn't good, whereas Merewether can't look at them. They're ready to go, ready to get up. Again, scrappy at the back.
The Bay has it now, and that is a really scrappy line out. as Kearney kicks it from the back. Good little box kick there. Clifton comes in and takes it. Oh, dances on the sideline. He must have learnt that in the backyard with his brother there.
He's turned it over.
Northcott volleyballs it in, kicks it forward. It's a chase on here. Northcott has the pace. He's going to get the ball and he's going to score. That's again against the run of play.
I swear he's called that, Northcott. He's called that from Eddie Clifton. He's called that for sure. He on his inside, just standing there loitering, and this is where Nelson Bay can hurt you. They're the Chiefs of doing something unpredictable.
That is a try that's definitely against the run of play there, and the Merewether Carlton side are going to be very disappointed with that. Little bit of good work there done by Eddie Clifton, and then he undoes it by just throwing a wayward pass on the inside to no one. Or it was to someone. It was to the Nelson Bay side.
I got no doubts he's called this. He's a clever little player, Chad Northcott, and then it just became a sprint race. He pointed to his outside back to put the ball on the toe. He thought he backed himself to get there over Aidan Kelso, and he managed to win the little sprint race, and had enough power to shrug off a defender and score a fantastic try.
As Jack Arthur lines the ball up as we go to the replay. Little volleyball pass in as the breakaway kicks forward, and he was well behind him then. Northcott gathers the ball and bam, that's a try.
That's a heartbreaker for the Greens. They were doing all the work. They were the ones that mounting all the pressure, and then just against, in an instant, against a run of play, bang, they're away the Bay, and that's how they can hurt you.
And we take it back to Jack Arthur now, who's lined up the kick. The Merewether Carlton side getting a big serve there by their captain, Mick Gill. Lines it up and whooshka, sweet as a daisy. The score now, 21-10. Nelson Bay in the lead. Merewether Carlton with all the run of the ball, though. And they really need to start converting some of this possession. And that's a good take there by Sean Rich, who, again, the Bayside, no good on the restart. They're lined up as Mac Nixon takes it forward and makes a good little bust there. That's a good run by the front rower.
Yeah,
and they take it forward. Nolan takes the ball from the back. He's forward. As Ernst cleans out, Mac Ray takes the ball forward. Nelson Bay have switched off there after the tries. They've done all game. Ball goes out to Mitchell Frost. Mick Gill has the ball now out to Crichton. Crichton with a big cutout pass there.
Riley Smith again.
And Riley Smith will make... Oh, that's a good covering.
Yeah, Chad Northcott again. He's all over the park so far today. Looks like a penalty to Merewether Carlton. The Bay boys offside.
I was backing Riley Smith then to make Chad Northcott look silly, but he didn't. That's a penalty in front of the sticks. I think Merewether Carlton are going to go for the shot. That shows a lack of confidence to me. They've had all the run of the possession and they're making breaks everywhere.
I think it's probably a good move by Ernst. You can see this game just becoming helter-skelter, virtually like touch footy. He wants to slow things down, I think. To play this type of game is just playing in Nelson Bay hands. They want to play some structured stuff, play some percentages, and I won't say kick to the corners, but just recycle possession. Let's not try and throw the miracle ball. Let's not get involved in that sort of Harlem Globetrotter style that the Bay are so good at.
Crichton right in front here. Should be an easy kick for him as he comes back. As we see the replay, Riley Smith taken out as Crichton kicks the goal. Greens players now looking to regroup. That's a good settling option there by Ernst.
Yeah, 28 minutes gone, 21-13 to the visitors, Nelson Bates. As we said, it's helter-skelter pace this. I'll be very surprised if we don't see the Greens settle things down, try and take a good restart here, work it up the field rather than shift it early.
The Bay now lined out to the right. They've been lined out to the left all game.
His restarts have been fantastic, Mike Beretta. He gets lots of height on him, gets a lot of hang time for his forwards to get under it.
I've lost that ball in space as Mitchell Frost takes the ball easily on the 30-metre line. Ball comes back to Crichton. He looks to swing it wide, and he does. Kelso now. Riley Smith. Oh, no, Riley doesn't get the ball.
Jaden Hetherington
makes a good break. Little chip over the top to Smith. Smith chasing and just a little bit too much lead on that one.
And as I said, Merrill will take this down, grind it out 3 or 4 phases. That's why I was a front rower, mate. They've showed me wrong again. They just shifted that to the right. Looks like both teams are here to play, and nothing's going to stop this game from slowing down. Oh, sorry, nothing's going to stop this game.
It's all in every hand, this game.
Just all gone, Nicholas. All gone, settle.
As the ball blown up there. Looks like a scrum to Merewether Carlton. As Mick Gill urging his troops to get involved and get excited because they're down their end again.
He's gone through, mate. He just took his feet out from under.
Now let's see if the Carlton guys can convert this time.
Had a good chat to Mick Gill yesterday, and I was surprised to say that he didn't think that next year he could play to the standard that was required to play first grade. He's not the type of guy that can go down the grades. From what I've seen today, he's certainly up to first grade. There's no doubts about that.
Yeah, definitely. And I think hookers get better with age, don't they?
Yeah, I think
Well, the ones I see anyway. As the scrum gets fed.
Yeah, good scrum there by Nelson Bay. Put a bit of pressure on the ball at the back there from Gareth Ernst.
Ernst out to Crichton. Crichton takes Hatchwell inside as he has been doing all day to the 20-metre line. And that's a penalty against Merewether Carlton for the Merewether Carlton guys holding the ball.
Yeah, great
Nelson
work
Bay
there
getting themselves out of trouble again.
Yeah,
and that's a bit of back chat there, and they march him 10 metres, and that's a poor discipline there by Merewether Carlton. I don't know who it was.
Yeah, it was great work by Ben Lucas at the breakdown there, stayed on his feet, got his hands on the ball, and just too slow there to clean out the greens. That's a thumping kick.
That's a ripper. As Kelso actually, did he keep it in? No, he didn't.
That's gone 40 metres on the fly, 50 metres on the fly. That puts Nelson Bay in great field position, but again, this line-out will be crucial. Looks like they are going a full line-out. Thought they might go a short man. They had a bit of joy with that early on.
Yeah, about this position against the Uni game, they did do a really good driving maul, but that's a shocking line-out as they luckily cleaned the ball up at the back there, the Bayside, through Kearney, the halfback, and comes to the...
Yeah, the Irish boy just had a little bit of look there. He had, I think it was big, Keith Barlow coming at him. He had a little look, knock on.
Knock on, and all the pressure off the Merewether Carlton side now, and they're going to want to maybe put some points on before half-time to keep in touch with his Bayside.
Well, I would say that the wrong end of the field, but the way this game's been played, it doesn't matter which end of the field you're at, you can certainly put some points on.
I'm calling Blake Crichton straight to Clifton on the wing.
Yeah, that big blindside set here. Chad Northcott certainly alert to that. He's had a chat to his left wing up.
Yeah, David Sharp probably maybe back a little bit too far. There's opportunities there.
Good scrum there from the Bay.
And they've twisted the scrum. That's a great scrum by Nelson Bay there. All the pressure on the Carlton side. Yeah,
they've upped the ante, the Grabers forward pack. I don't know whether they had a word to him after that last try, but they've certainly put the pressure on the last two scrums. They're certainly attacking the breakdown with a lot more ferocity in their lifting.
Yeah, very confident now. They're all black slapping each other. This could be a big scrum here. As the Merewether Carlton now defending. Northcott with the back line sort of set.
A very big blindside here.
And that's a penalty there. They slow the play down the Bayside. A lot of pressure there put on the Merewether Carlton scrum, who seem to be struggling at the moment.
Just boring in there. He's ruled that Mac Nixon on the Merewether Carlton tight head side there, just boring in at an angle, and that's a gift 3 points right in front of the sticks for the Bay.
And they've taken another scrum, piling on all the pressure here. That's a pretty good option there by the Bay. As
big
Northcott,
call that one. It would have the 3 points would have made him put him out 24, 13, 11 points. Is a big margin leading into half time, but they're taking the odds to a scrum. Obviously, very confident that they can breach this defence again.
You know when a back calls another scrum, you know they've got a set move that they don't want to stuff up. So they probably wanted to get that through and see if they can pull it off here with Northcott again.
They're set to the right again with a big open left side, a big blind side. Northcott has a sneaky chat to his inside centre.
With Hatini probably looking to be cut out here by Northcott, I'd imagine, with Burrito probably getting the ball out wide. But I know the Merewether Carlton side look like they can probably handle it. They're marking up pretty well. And that's another collapse there
real
by
contest
Merewether
this scrum has become now. Looks like Merewether got the bit between their teeth. They wouldn't be happy with those last two engagements, so they've certainly put a little bit more oomph into these last two, and both sides of the scrum have gone down. He's just moved it to get a bit of fresh territory here, Rob Delbo.
Yeah, nothing more embarrassing than losing your feet in front of a parochial green room, that's for sure.
They look a bit nervous, the old boys over there in the green room. They haven't seen a team come and play this sort of footy, I don't think, against Nelson Bay or against anyone, really.
As Northcott with the ball now. Little kick, that's a bad move, and Kenny T shows why he was the best slipsfield for the Carrington Pirates a couple of years ago. And ball goes into Mac Nixon there, who's going to set it up nicely just on the advantage line.
Yeah, that's what you're going to get with Chad Northcott. He's willing to take risks. Unfortunately, that one didn't work for the Bay. As
Sean Rich takes the ball forward, not making many metres here. Crichton calls for the ball. Big ball, big cutout ball. He does it again to Nixon. Nixon doesn't beat the man. Chad Northcote takes him down nicely there. Good tackle. And the Bay side not cleaning out. And that's big Keith Barlow taking the ball over the advantage line.
Yeah, some big forwards out in the defending in the out
good
in the
little
backs
short
for the
ball
Bay.
there to Nixon. Nixon's been going forward all day as well. But that's a steal there by the Belson Bay side. Ben Lucas.
Yeah, he's had a power of a game so far.
Gets the ball back there. No halfback as calls him in and ducks under there.
Yeah,
The replacement, Matt James. Oh, takes the ball through there. I don't know how he quite got through that one.
Yeah,
but he
Adam
did.
Edwards there, just got a little bit isolated, unfortunately.
And it's a
Probably not the
turnover
option to
here for
take.
the Greens. The Greens have the ball now. Eddie Clifton at the back. Oh, Matt Nixon juggles the ball with all the pressure on him. Ireland has the ball now. He's going to try and hold it up. He's a strong lump of a lad, Ireland. Ball at the back. Crichton has the ball. Punches it through the centre of the field. That's a pretty poor kick, actually. As Jack Arthur puts a little chip over there for Burrito. Burrito's going to run forward. He kicks it forward on his toe. A nice bounce there for Burrito. And he gets tackled at the end. Passes the ball on the inside.
Oh, magnificent.
And that's a try to Hertini. That's a pretty good try, and again against the run of play. The Nelson Bay playing really good enterprising broken field rugby where they're the most dangerous, and that's a try to Hertini. Burrito doing all the work from the chip.
Poor kick from Blake Crichton. He'll wish he could have that one again. Just really set it up for Beretta. There was space everywhere on the left, and he made the most of it. Just some, didn't panic, so went to ground rather than tried to go it himself. Took the option of passing inside. Fantastic piece of enterprise for the Bay. And the Greens, they're just playing right into Merewether's hands. I can imagine Michael Dean is going to peel the paint off the dressing room in the green room, certainly at half time.
Peel something. I don't know. As we look at the replay there, as the ball goes to Arthur. And Arthur puts the little kick over there for Tahiti. Geez, he's got some pace as he punts the ball forward, and that's a good bounce for him as Kelso nearly gets the tackle, but he's got support in numbers, and that's a pretty good try there for Hertini. As Jack Arthur now sets the ball up, and all the Bay players gathering around Hertini after that big try. Jack Arthur now comes in to strike the ball. Clifton out. And that's a pretty good kick, but he's just put it to the left of the posts.
Yeah, that's his first miss. He's been fantastic with the boot. Still a very good lead going into half time for Nelson Bay. 3 minutes before the break.
26-13. Bay leads the Greens, as the Greens going to probably have to look to throw everything at them in the next sort of couple of minutes. Probably 3 minutes to go in this game as someone's been taken out there. Kelso looks like he's been taken out off the ball, and he has. And Delbo's picked that one up. Maybe a kick down to the corner and another driving maul for the Greens here because that was pretty successful for them in the first half.
That's 4 restarts for the Nelson Bay, and 4 times they've turned the ball over, whether it's a turnover or a penalty. So that's certainly one area they'll be looking to address at half time.
Crichton makes sure of that one and gets the ball to about the 12 metres out there. Now this is a big line out here for the Greens. They really have to consolidate this and put some points on with a couple of minutes to go. The clock ticking down. Nolan gets the ball at the back, and they've done the exact play on the opposite side of the field. But the Bay side pretty strong as the Carlton side maul it forward slowly. It's not at the back there as the ball taken down by Merewether. Ernst has it at the back. Crichton calling for it. Ernst takes the ball. Ooh, he runs around the ref. Bit cheeky there. The ball about 3 metres out, I think. Driving forward now, the Merewether Carlton side. Clifton moves to his wing.
Yeah, got
Back's coming around now to the blind side. It could be on. Crichton sounds like he's calling for the ball. As the Bay side comes over, and it looks like they may have turned over the ball. No, Ernst has it at the back. Crichton calling for it. No numbers. Bay look like they've got it covered. Kenny T puts a little move on there to Collins. Inside to Clifton. Dances. Looks like he's going to get taken out, and he pops the ball back inside to the Bay side. The Bay have the ball now. That's a bad error there by the Carlton side.
He was just monstered there by Jeremy Siegel. He just came and went, thank you very much.
Probably should have gone the other way there as Northcott looks to reef the ball downfield. With the Merewether Carlton side probably getting one more chance to put some points on the board before half time.
Yeah, good bit of scrambling there from the Bay. They look going for all money, but Jeremy Siegel produced the big play, and from
that's
there
a ball off the back. Ernst to Crichton. Crichton now to Kent Hatchwell. Hatchwell dummies, doesn't Oh, throws a shocking pass out the back there as Riley Smith cleans up. Takes it forward to about the 18-metre mark. Oh, big run there by Barlow. That's a good run there, taking him down to about the 3 metres out. Oh, juggled at the back there. Mitchell Frost has it. Looks to tuck it under his arm. He does. Ernst has it now. Kelso setting the ball up for his forwards to get around him. It's pretty scrappy in there. And the Bay come up with the ball. That's a bad error, and that's a bad mistake there. It's a knock-on, though. He's called, and that's half-time here.
Yeah, great little piece of scrambling there for the Bay. 23-13. I didn't expect that to be the scoreline at half-time coming this game. I thought it might be a little bit tighter, but certainly the Bay have deserved their lead. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, with Merewether Carlton probably having all the ball, but the Bay scoring most of their tries against the run and play for mine. As we come to half-time for Bar TV and the greater NHRU competition, we're watching live Merewether Carlton versus Nelson Bay. It's been a cracking first half. Don't go away too long. We're going to be away for about 5 minutes. And we'll see you in the second half, everybody. Bar TV's coverage of the Greater NHRU competitions. Welcome back, everybody, to Bar TV's coverage of the Greater NHRU match of the round. And with us today, we've got Nelson Bay versus Merewether Carlton. And Nelson Bay leading this match 26-13 at the moment as Rob Delbo blows time on. And if you are streaming live today on the Newcastle Herald, feel free to live tweet to @GarethWazik or @JimmyGarner46. 42 maybe. I'm told it's not even close. I'm no good with numbers as the ball gets kicked high in the air. And Nelson Bay again fluffed that restart up as they have done the whole half. And it's a knock on there called by referee Rob Delbo today. That'll be a good chance for Merewether Carlton to put some early points on the board. They're chasing a lead of 26-13 here at Townsend Oval. It is Old Boys Day, so they want to come home with a bang towards the green room end. As the scrum gets set on about the 30-metre line. Ernst looks to feed. Ball comes in. The Bay have been dominating this scrum in the first half as Mac Ray takes the ball from the back. Ernst has the ball to Mitchell Frost. Mitchell Frost dummies and goes himself. Not much of a dummy.
Yeah, but interesting to see there's a change from approach here from Merewether Carlton where they will try and play a little bit more structure.
I think they might try and get him through the middle here in this second half. And Dan would have given him a rocket at half-time as Barlow takes the ball forward.
Geez, he's been good. He's been one player that really has taken it on.
And that's a penalty, early penalty there to Merewether Carlton for Nelson Bay players not keeping their feet.
Yeah, just to start, McDam would have been after. One possession, one a penalty. Now drive the ball deep into the corner.
Interesting there, they didn't take the shot at goal. Maybe some early points would have settled the nerves as the ball kicked now to the 10-metre line. We saw Merewether Carlton chance their arm at a couple of mauls.
I would be totally stunned if there's not a repeat of the first half here. They'll go either number 2 or number 4, even long again, and look to drive it over.
As Mitchell Frost takes the ball down and they look to drive, that's a good-looking maul there, good structure as the ball goes forward.
Ball at the back with Mac Ray, got his eyes up. Starting to splinter here now, Merewether Carlton. This is a great maul. Just got to adjust here. The Bay.
Island has the ball.
They don't give away a penalty.
Island has the ball, and the ball's still up in the air as it goes down now, with Crichton calling for the ball out wide. Pat Island takes the ball forward, though.
Inches short here, the Greens. They've just got to be a bit patient here.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and probably barge their way over here. Ernst has the ball. Crichton now. Little second man to Kelso, who's caught well there by Hattini. Probably about 2 metres short. Now Kent Hatchwell has the ball. Hard man to put down this far out as he drives the ball forward and he gets over the line. That's a good try there by Kenny T, the big bustling centre.
Yeah, just slipped out of one tackle, and once he got out of that first tackle, it was going to be very hard to stop. Yeah, just a reply that Mick Dean would have wanted. They've dominated this for 5 minutes. Not only have they dominated, they've come away with some points.
Yeah, which was pretty non-existent in the first half of the Green side with only 2 tries scored. As we go now to the Bar TV replay. As we look, they take the ball in. Kenny T just swivels out of one, gets him around the ankle, and just all power there as he takes the ball over. He's a hard man to stop from about 10 metres out, Hatchwell.
He's so strong through the core, and he's got big hips, big thighs. He played a bit of back row early in the year, but he's back to where he loves, that inside centre position, and that's a very good try and one that can turn it for the Greens.
Big hips and big thighs, eh? Sounds interesting, Jimmy, as they take the ball back. With Burrito with one of these big, high kicks that he's known for. They haven't been able to sort of consolidate, though, the Nelson Bay side with the restart on both ends of the coin. Kicking or receiving. As Burrito kicks the ball up, and that is another high one. Right on the 10-metre line, right on the money as the Bay juggle the ball around, and Mick Gill drops the ball. Bit of an opportunity there. He saw a bit of open space and knocked the ball on, but it's going to be a Merewether Carlton feed anyway. As another scrum to Nelson Bay. There's a knock-on called there off the restart by Rob Delbo. Scrum set. Ball at the back. Good scrum there by Nelson Bayes. Kearney takes it from the back. Good little scampering run there by the halfback. Catches the Greens players off guards. Makes about 10 metres.
Yeah, he's been a great get from Nelson Bay County. He's played. I think he played in New South Wales under 17s or 9s. He's a Maitland boy originally, but he's certainly been. They've struggled for a number 9 really since Jeff, the General Solid, retired 10 years ago. So he certainly fit the bill. But a penalty there. Things are starting to get a little bit heated here.
A little bit heated, as you said. Ball thrown at the halfback Ernst's head, and Delbo chooses to ignore it. Nelson Bay players going over and losing their feet as Crichton kicks the ball down over the halfway line. That's a good clearing kick. And a good penalty taken there to about the 40-metre line by Merewether Carlton. Back in the attacking zone now. They're probably going to want to look to...
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. They've had so much joy from bringing the ball down from the line out and driving. But this time they get a tap back.
Ernst dummies, takes the ball in, passes it off now to Island, who palms off Northcott. Taken down. Merewether Carlton players need to get there and...
They're coming around the corner here. The Greens are lining up.
Juggles the ball. Takes the ball down probably about 25 metres out. 25 metres out, sorry. Ernst at the back. Goes blind. No, he doesn't. Dances. Goes himself. Barlow calling for it. Barlow gets over. Pass off there by Sean Rich to Mac Nixon. Mac Nixon takes the ball to the 20-metre line. He gets over the advantage line pretty well, Mac Nixon.
Yeah, good work. I mean, that pass was high. He exposed his rib cage, but he brought it down quickly and, again, got over the advantage line and got the ball back.
Ernst now with the ball. Island passes off to Kelso, who runs hard and got a good little offload there.
Yeah, they're starting to get into their game now, the Greens. They've got numbers here on the left.
Offside there. Mick Gill passes the ball out there. Eddie Clifton with everything to do and dives to the corner, and that's a try.
Yeah, this is definitely the Greens we know. They're starting to... before they were just looking to go sideways. Now they realise they've got to earn the right to go sideways. Their forwards have really stepped up and have taken past the ad line and put a couple of holes in the defence and got Nelson Bay back paddling, and then they've shifted it wide and produced the goods.
Yeah, good long ball there by the hooker Mick Gill, who certainly hasn't lost anything from his days at 5'8". Probably could still play 5'8" in first grade, I'd imagine, if he wanted to.
He certainly played. I think he played a little bit there last year. I think he started as a 12, went to 10, then went to 6, and now in the front row. So he's getting closer and closer to the action with every positional switch.
I like how he's followed my career in a direct path as well, and that's a good try there. Eddie Clifton with a little bit to do and scores right in the corner there with Crichton. Not really on song with his boot today, but the score now 26-25 with a kick to come. And Merewether now running home to the green room. This is what they love. Chasing a lead, running to the green room. This is what dreams are made of here. As Crichton lines the ball up. Crowd goes a little bit silent. Boom, he punches that low and slow, and he grabs it. That's a good kick there by Crichton. Merewether Carlton now with the lead for the first time today, 27-26. This is either going to be a blowout or Nelson Bay have to really score next and show that they're still interested in this game, Jimmy.
14 points in 6 minutes of the second half. It's exactly what Michael Dan would have ordered. They just need to take a deep breath here, Nelson Bay, and get their hands on the ball.
Quick restart by the Bay. Merewether Carlton may have knocked on there, yes. Delbo playing advantage, but the Bay with the ball. Pass there to the Big Fridge. The Big Fridge takes it forward. Ball comes over. Merewether Carlton guys storming that ruck. Hatini picks it up in a bit of a loose bit of ball there. Collins has the ball now. Takes the ball forward. And there's a bit of a scuffle down here. It's all on here. There's a punches being thrown. I don't know if they're hugging or punching or cuddling. I don't know what's happening.
The Hatini was lifted up and slammed on his back there and didn't like it. But the Merewether Carlton bloke was on top. He was the one who started throwing the punches. But Rob Delbo was right on top of it. And although there's been a little bit of push and shove, not too much serious in it. Yeah. Interesting to have a look at the replay of this tackle, though. Might be in a little bit of trouble here, the Merewether Carlton player. He did look to be lift Hatini up but past the vertical.
As the touch judge is called in, he comes in to give his little piece of advice. Rob Delbo telling the Nelson Bay players to move away. Nothing much really in that. As Delbo consulting his touch judges.
Yeah, if we have a look at the tackle now. Hatini's in there. Looks like who gets under him. Looks like Adam Nolan gets up to him, drives him in the ground. Nah, not too much in that. I don't think you'll see anything come from that. It was a pretty good tackle.
just a good, solid, hard hit on the cricket pitch. That's guaranteed to get anyone's been up on it.
Yeah, it certainly lifted him. Got him up high, but then he certainly came back on his back. I don't think there's any threat of that being a spear tackle, but certainly didn't like it. Hotoni, he had a bit of a reaction, and then became handbags at 10 paces really. But they're still conferring the two touch judges here.
On the ground.
Yeah. We've had a look at it up here, Robbie. It's a good tackle.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of action. It's been a long chat between the three officials.
And let's see who he's going to call out. Rob Dalbo calls out the captain, Ernst, and Nolan's coming out. Could be in a bit of trouble here. He hasn't reached for his pocket yet, though, Dalbo. But he's going to have a bit of a chat. I think it's going to be nothing more than a penalty.
I'll be surprised if not a yellow card. He doesn't look happy.
He's shaking his head. He's reached for his pocket. Drama here at Townsend Oval as Nolan gets sent for the field for a little bit of a spell. Probably a little bit unwarranted, I feel, but...
Yeah, you got to wonder whether it's for the tackle or whether it was from the reaction afterwards. Possibly a little bit of both, I suggest.
Well, Hatini's getting called out now. Obviously, Rob Delbo not going to take any of this argy-bargy stuff. He's having a good, solid chat to him. He's going to get a little bit of time on the sideline as well. So a little bit of tit for tat there by Rob Delbo. Which is a bit of a shame. I don't see the point of sending both of them to the sin bin. May as well just keep them on the field if as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, well, if anything, it's going to open up more for Nelson Bay. They're probably the ones that will handle it better. They sort of enjoy the open spaces, and with one player less on the field.
Nolan's a big loss for them, actually, in this space of 10 minutes. He's everywhere. He cleans up everything. He backs up in support. I'm surprised he's not cutting up the oranges as we speak.
Or at least cleaning the glasses at the end of the day. But interesting to see Nelson Bay haven't taken the option for a kick for goal from a penalty all day. All of a sudden, 40 metres out, they take one.
Yeah, with Jack Arthur, he's been on the money. I think he's only missed one today from memory as he lines the ball up. After a bit of a break in play, and the clouds are coming over now. The wind's about to change as it does here by the coast. Arthur comes in and boom. He nails that one straight over the black dot.
He could hit that from 50. He had plenty left in him, that one. Again, Merewether Carlton fall behind with Nelson Bay. 11 minutes gone on the clock in the second half. Nelson Bay up 28-27.
29-27. That's okay. Quick restart. And the Bay side now. 35 out. Burita has the ball. Puts a little crossfield stabbing kick. As Riley Smith comes back with the ball, passes back to Crichton. Crichton steps inside and he's cleaned up there with a good tackle by Jack Arthur.
Jeez, I like a look at him, the 13. He's a big, strong, powerful boy, good in defence, obviously a great goal kicker. Yeah, he looks to be one that Nelson Bay can build a backline around.
He reminds me of a young Blake Crichton, to tell you the truth.
Keep working, guys.
The front rower takes it forward there. Strawn from the back there. I think Strawn's on now. I don't know who for.
He looks like he's in a halfback there, so maybe... No, Gareth Ernst is still out there.
With Carlton making 2 replacement changes there. And Strawn's gone to the centres. Yeah. On for Kent Hashwell, I'm told.
Yeah, interesting you said there's an injury there. Or Big Kent's just blowing a bit.
Keep it moving. That's fine.
Oh, Mac Nixon takes the ball from nowhere. He's got Northcott to beat and he's taken. And Northcott makes the tackle. I bet he would have been absolutely stressing there.
Looked up, he had plenty of open spaces in front of him. I understand he works at Hunter Hospital with Mick Dan, and he's the one that got him here. So,
yeah, he's a surgeon, so good hands. That's why he never drops one, I think.
Mark is there, guys.
As there's a scrum here now, with the Nelson Bay team getting the feed.
Touch. Fine. Set.
Merewether Carlton set to the right. Looks like Jay Strawn has had a message to his... Yeah, take the safe option there, Chad Northcott. Nice deep kick. Relieves a bit of pressure. Takes the ball up towards the halfway line. 40 metres out from their own line. Merewether Carlton to throw the line out.
He's got a pretty good boot on him, Chad Northcott, for the size of him.
Sub. Time's off, yeah.
Nearly, I would have torn a hamstring if that was me.
Yeah, that's two really big roosts downfield he's had. That one with the Windies back, with the first one in the first half went about 50 metres on the floor.
And Jay Strawn on now for Kent Hatchwell.
Another steal there from the great take there from Merewether Carlton. Sean Rich, he's been a monster in that line.
Strawn with the ball now. Nice little pass inside to Kelso as Kelso takes the ball forward. Juggling at the back there, and that's a knock on by Ernst. And that's a big let off there for Nelson Bay as Merewether Carlton looking to attack. They had the forward set out to the left, calling for the ball. Mick Gill blowing up at everyone.
Yeah, just a little bit of execution there. Just need to slow things down, a bit more patient there. They tried to rush it. Looks like Chris Ward's on as well.
Yeah, Chris.
So a couple of changes there from Merewether Carlton. He's another, I think, Australian schoolboy. So there's plenty of boys out here with pedigree.
Yeah, Chris Ward's had maybe a couple of years off, I believe, and he's back now. And funny story about Chris Ward, he was going to go to Wanderers, but a taxi driver told him to come and play for the Greens.
I did hear that story. I didn't understand he was going to Wanderers, but I heard he was in a taxi and he asked the taxi driver who should play for him, and he pointed him the way at down.
Oh, the ball's out wide. Oh. And he should have passed it there. Eddie Clifton now with the ball, runs it back in field. Sorry to interrupt there, James. But everything happened there down green corner, and that's a penalty now.
Yeah, he had his arm up there, Nelson Bay's way to start with, but he's corrected himself there, Rob Delbos. He was going to get a few quizzical looks there, but penalty straight in front to be a gift 3 points here for Blake Crichton, and a chance for the Greens to go in front again.
Dan.
Crichton with the kicking tee in his hand now. Nelson Bay just lacking a little bit of discipline in the second half. Haven't had much ball either, the Bay, this half, and they didn't have much ball in the first half either, but ahead on the scoreboard at half time, but this kick from Merewether Carlton will put them in front. And the score seesawing at the moment, like a game of basketball. As Crichton lines it up. Comes in to kick. Hits it. And that's a easy 3 points to Blake Crichton. The score now 30 points to 29. Merewether Carlton leading as the Nelson Bay guys bring the ball back.
I guess that's due so far with the sin bin. One penalty apiece.
As Burrito waiting for the ball to get back to him. The ball comes in. Ooh, nearly hits him in the head. It's a comedy of errors here. What are the ball boys doing? As Burrito gets the ball in his hands now, bounces it just to get the rub of the green. And the ball kicked a little bit deeper this time with the Bay guys charging through. Sean Rich takes the ball nicely there. I'm impressed by Sean Rich today as well. As the ball comes to the back, Collins comes through there. I don't know if that was from the side or not, but he's definitely taken Ernst out with the ball deemed as being out as Gill takes the ball forward. Just picking and driving now, the Carlton boys, trying to get themselves out of trouble here. Ernst now back at the back of the ruck. Crichton with the ball, looking to run it. Kelso now. Strawn takes him on. Pops the ball back to no one. Burrito kicks ahead. This could be on here. If Eddie Clifton doesn't get to it, just watches it trickle over the sideline. That's danger play by the Merewether Carlton, putting themselves under unnecessary pressure there, Jimmy.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the Bay want. They want them to play that razzle-dazzle stuff. They want to take risks, because that's certainly what the Bar are doing. They're ready to swoop. We saw in the first half what they can do, in open play.
And that's a good long kick there by Crichton. What they needed as the Bayside chases the ball back. Let's see what Northcott does here as he takes the ball back. He's at full pace here, full stretch. He steps inside, beats him easily there.
Yeah, it looks like he might have caught a high one there, but got away with that, the Merewether defender. But the Bay's still on the front foot here.
Ben Lucas takes the ball forward now to the halfway line, looking to use the
isolated
little kick over the top there by the winger to no one, but Kelso cleans that down his throat. Passes the ball out wide to Eddie Clifton, and he's had a slip there, and the opportunity was there, but the pass just wasn't really
probably wasn't on
what he wanted.
But again, risking their arm, Merewether Carlton. They've come to play. Both sides have come to play, but I'm sure Merewether Carlton will want to go back to what they did in that first 10 minutes, which of the second half, which was tuck the ball under the arm. Let's go forward first, and let's play a bit of percentages. Again, another great line out from the Greens.
They really need to to get back to some sort of game plan here, because, I mean, even if they do get through this game, they're not going to beat the top teams with play like that, that's for sure. As the ball kicked out, and that's a good bounce there for Crichton. Ball on the string stuff there as it bounces out on about the 20-metre line with a Nelson Bay to throw the ball in.
Yeah, certainly interesting run in for both teams. I mean, Nelson Bay have got an extremely hard run. After this, they play Hamilton, then they finish with Wanderers, whereas Merewether Carlton play the Premiers Waratah, who look to be finding their groove or their funk a bit late, and then finish with an easy one against Lake Macquarie. So a lot riding on this game.
As the ball again, slow to come in. Collins set now.
I think they've lost the last 3 line out straight, Nelson Bay.
Delbo blows time back on.
Yes, we are inside.
And they look to go to the back there. That's a good throw there and hits the mark as Kearney kicks the ball downfield. Clifton looks to clean up, but it's well beyond his grasp as it saunters down there to about the 45-metre line.
Halfway gone this second half. Another quick line out from the Greens.
Line out. Not set though. Delbo wants it thrown again as a couple of the Merewether Carlton boys were still coming back. That's a big throw there. Good ball to Ernst. Crichton with the ball.
Jaden Hetherington just gets over the ad line, wrapped up by Chad Northcott. Looks like he'll get the ground here. Yeah, good clean out from the Greens. Chris Ward just a bit lazy there. Picked the ball up. Got his eyes up before he picked the ball up, and cost a little knock on as looks like both players from the sin bin are about to return.
Yeah, just got to have that concentration, don't they?
He just sort of had a look up to see where there was a hole in the defence before he picked the ball up there.
Both sides haven't really committed to this second half and making a few errors now. As the Bay side, Northcott looks like he might be going blind now. As Crichton follows him across the field. Fed in by Kearney. Good scrum there. Lucas controlling it at the back. Northcott has the ball. Puts a big heaving midfield bomb up with Eddie Clifton letting it go out. It's out on the full. That's a bad option there, really, by Northcott.
Interesting tactic, that one. They've been so good when they've run the ball to put up that mid bomb, a bit innocuous, a bit deep, and obviously a bit wayward. Merewether Carlton, a great opportunity, great platform to attack again. They'll win this line out and look to shift it wide. It looks like they're...
Oh, they lose that one. They go for the quick line out, and Nelson Bay up for it. As they look to shift the ball, Northcott steps on the inside, gets wrapped up there by Ward. As Jack Arthur takes the ball, and he's absolutely monstered there by Ward.
Yeah, that was a great tackle there. It created a turnover.
Ooh, and that's a penalty there.
Bit unlucky there, I think, Chris. Well, I don't know how he's going to roll away from that. Certainly a dominant tackle, but he's pinged him for not making the effort to get away from the tackled player. A relieving penalty for the Nelson Bay.
Yeah, it was certainly a driving hit, and I'll tell you what, on that cricket pitch, he's going to be feeling that tomorrow. You'd be jumping into Shoal Bay, wouldn't you, after a big night out at the country club, who are watching us tonight over there live.
No need for an ice bath out there, you reckon? Straight off the end of the wharf?
That's right. I've done that a few times. Maybe not with any clothes on, but I've done it.
Just leave those secrets at home. Thanks, Gareth, as we get back to the footy.
As Collins looks to throw the ball in now.
Yeah, both players back on now from the Symbian. Mike Cooney returning in the centres, and Adam Nolan at the back of the line out for Merewether Carlton. Has a little chat to Rob Delbo.
Just asserting his authority, Delbo.
Yep,
former Greens player, actually, Rob Delbo.
Really? Okay. Now that explains a lot, actually.
I tell you what, he gives us no favours. I remember him sending me off in a grand final one year. As the ball goes out now to Northcott. Northcott with a big long pass there to Burita. Burita tries to stand him up as he gets the ball to Hatini to about the 40-metre line.
He's got to let it go there, the Merewether player. Lucky to get away with that one.
To get that one out the back there. As they take the ball forward, the Bay team. All numbers going over. Oh, little inside ball there with a break. Kearney on the outside. He's got the line to get there, and he gets pulled down by Mitch Frost. That's a good chase there. And good cover defending by
massive overlap on the right here. Oh, no, that's
a
suicide.
Penalty.
His little legs were going, Liam Kearney, but they weren't quite fast enough to get away from the cover defence, and then they've turned it over, not releasing. They had numbers stacked out to the right. They were going to score for all money, Nelson Bay, but instead they've given away a penalty.
Yeah, big Mitchell Frost there running the little man down. That was a good tackle, and that's a good effort. And that kind of win games sometimes.
It could be a match turner, that one for sure.
As Gill now has the ball. Ready to throw another line out. The last line out, probably a little bit too rushed there by Merewether as they set the ball. and go over the top there. Nolan cleans up as he has done all day. Crichton now with the ball, throws it out wide. Kelso with it now, Strawn. Dangerous. Has one on the outside. That's a poor pass there by Strawn. Just trying to do too much. Probably should have passed it a little bit earlier, and Eddie Clifton was unmarked on his outside. Strawn just coming back from that syndesmosis injury, and it kind of is showing at the moment. A little bit of his timing is a little bit out.
He just doesn't have that explosiveness that we're used to, and I know it's certainly a management situation with him. He needs to have an operation at the end of the year, from what Mick Dan said. So, yeah, he just doesn't have that explosiveness that we've come to know from him. But
as Clifton cleans the ball up, a little bit of trouble here for Merewether as the Bay line out wasn't the best, but now the Bay seem to be attacking. A comedy of errors there. As the ball set up by Nelson Bay. Long ball out to Northcott, just finds him as he hands it off to Houdini. Houdini,
yeah, he's been strong.
Shrugging a few people off.
Very good for Nelson Bay.
Green roll, tackler. No,
as Nelson Bay need to get numbers there, they do. As they're committing, as they take the ball forward.
Yeah, still there. Still there from Mick Gill. I think he stole the ball off the ball carrier.
Oh, that's a penalty. That's very unlucky for Merewether Carlton there as the Bay now piling on the pressure against Merewether.
Certainly kickable, this one. Very easy target.
The score is 30-29 to Merewether Carlton. Penalty now as Nelson Bay take the kicking option. This could put Nelson Bay back in front in this game. It's a very seesawing second half with not many points being scored, but
we had an
penalties.
explosion just after half time, didn't we, where Merewether Carlton ran in 2 converted tries. Since then it's been pretty much tit for tat, a couple of plays in the bin. Now it's starting to get the crunch time. You can see the pressure starting to build on both teams. Very important kick, this one. He's kicked them true as they come all day, Jack Arthur. He looks like he's a very confident goal kicker.
As he lines the ball up, he's probably about 5 metres wide of the post. Looks like a pretty easy kick from here. As the Merewether Carlton players set for the return. Kicks the ball and lands it. That's a nice kick there by Nelson Bay's Jack Arthur to put them back in the lead now. 32-30. We are here today for Bar TV, live on the Newcastle Herald. I'm with Jimmy Gardner, and that's a restart. Big restart there by Merewether Carlton as the ball comes forward off Nelson Bay. Ward cleans it up. Takes the ball up. Mac Nixon, the big surgeon. As the ball goes down now. Ernst fighting for the ball. Having to clean out. Where are the forwards doing that stuff? As Barlow takes the ball forward and loses the ball.
Merewether Carlton away.
And the winger's away here. He's got... he had Burita on the inside but couldn't get the ball to him there. Jed Alexander.
I think right option there. There wasn't much support around. It would have been a...
Oh, as Mac Nixon comes over. Trying to do too much at the back there. Burita now at the back. Northcott kicks across field to his opposite winger, and that's probably a bit too long, and bounces out, and that's a let off again for Merewether Carlton. But gee,
good idea, just slight execution out there. There's no doubts about Nelson Bay. Just when you think you've got them, they produce something that's out of the box. The smart option there would have been to probably hit a centre up in midfield, try and recycle it, but no. Chad Northcott looked up, saw his winger was laying out there and tried to kick it to him. Unfortunately, just overcooked it a little bit.
As the ball goes into Mitchell Frost this time for Merewether Carlton as they drive the ball forward in a maul situation. Just taking up slowly but surely up the field. Controlling the ball really well. It's at the back there with Chris Ward. Ernst has the ball now, passes it out to Crichton, who takes it himself. Cleaned out by Kelso. The Bay players coming around and picked up there by Strawn from the back. He had to really do that. With none of the forwards sort of getting around. It's been a fast-paced game, this one, and Gill takes the ball forward to about the 40-metre line.
Yeah, he's had a good captain's knock, hasn't he? I haven't seen much of him distributing the ball, but he's done a lot of tough work.
Holding on to the ball, just undoing all the good things we just spoke about. And looks like Nelson Bay may take the points, will they? Yeah. They're going to have a shot at goal here, I feel. It's 32-30 to the Bay at Townsend Oval. And yes, they are taking a shot as Merewether Carlton forwards, hands on hips, struggling a little bit.
Yeah, it's certainly a little bit more difficult, this one. This one's 15 metres in from touch, 40 metres out. Very big kick.
We've got about 10 minutes to go here. And Merewether Carlton really need to play some football down the other side of the field if they're going to be any sort of chance of winning this game. With the Bay now applying all sorts of pressure to this Merewether Carlton side. And you feel if Merewether Carlton don't win today, they'll slip even further adrift and may miss out on the semi-finals.
Yeah, they'd be 5 points behind Nelson Bay the way it is at the moment. Both teams have got a bonus point in terms of tries scored. So they might pick up 2, so they might be 4 points behind if they don't get a win up here.
Kicks it.
Yeah,
He's standing up in the wind, and he's got it. It's just snuck over that black dot, and he's been on the money all day, Jack Arthur. Only missing 1 goal, and Nelson Bay extend their lead now, 35-30. With the old boys in the green room now trying to lift their team. And a couple of old fellas in the grandstand as well. With all due respect, guys, as the ball comes out to Northcott.
That's another enormous roost downfield. The wind at his back towards the
gets him out of
the eastern touchline. Sits up nicely.
Crichton with the ball now. Kicks it back. It's been deflected off a bayside.
Oh, I think he's had a little knock on there. Unlucky there, Jaden.
Bad luck. Jaden Hetherington called back on side because he's touched the ball.
Didn't expect that one. It just popped up, and yeah, he had a little grasp at it, little knock on.
Probably was away there, Hetherington.
The nerves are starting to get a bit frizzled here, I think. Penalties are starting to come. There's a bit of chat out there. Now there's a fair bit of tension. They know what's on the line.
And the scrum has been on pressure all day today from Merewether Carlton, so they're going to have to lift here with Chris Ward, the new player, on. And try and sort of maybe win the ball back here, the Carlton guys.
Nelson Bay, you got a little overlap here on the right down the short side.
As they go, Lucas takes it from the back. Kearney scrambles there and taken down by the Merewether Carlton side. And that's a penalty there, holding on to the ball. Merewether Carlton finally get a penalty in this second half, Jimmy.
Yeah, there's been a weight of possession for Nelson Bay, which we haven't seen all game. In the last 10 minutes, they've certainly dominated. The Greens just looking to take a little bit of breather, get down there, and they're pretty much guaranteed to win this line. I think they've turned over 1 line out and won about half a dozen of Nelson's Bay, so they'll take the odds here. Interesting to see what approach they take, where they do bring it down and drive it forward, or they just let it get straight to their backs.
I think the mauls work from all games, so if that was me out there, I'd be doing that as the players gather around. And yes, they have gone for the maul option as the ball's at the back nicely there. Good formation there by the Merewether Carlton side as they use little feet to get up the field slowly but surely. Yeah, they keep driving through. The Nelson Bay
is directing traffic at the back there. He's got his eyes on the ball all the time. Starts to splinter up here. This is exactly where Merewether Carlton want it. They reset.
Oh, ball's come out now. Kelso with the ball, takes it up. Infield back to his forwards there. Nice set up there by Kelso. As the Bay guys coming over there. Goes blindside. Plenty to do there with Eddie Clifton getting the balls around the ankles.
Yeah, he's got light feet, hasn't he, Eddie Clifton?
Yeah, imagine the game's a touch in the backyard when the boys were little.
Big Keith Barlow trucks it up, number 55, but he's turned it over there.
He's turned it over. He's lost the ball forward again. He's had a couple of spills in this second half, Barlow, as Nelson Bay get out of jail there. But it's going to be a Merewether Carlton throw as...
Yeah, 7 minutes. We're getting down to crunch time now. This is going to be a test of both sides' will and character and execution. Merewether Carlton, a lot to play for. Those 4 guys we mentioned in their last game at Townsend Oval. Can they produce something big?
Nice run there by Kelso as he gets over the ad line. Barlow takes it forward. He's got no one with him. The Carlton sides are going to have to get around him because the Nelson Bay seem to have lifted gear here. They're on about the 22-metre line here as Nixon takes it forward. No one with him. Could be trouble here for the Merewether Carlton side as they get the ball at the back. Only just though there through Mac Nixon, who's always there to clean up the spoils, and he takes the ball forward to about the 10-metre line.
Run, Mac Gray. He's got great leg drive for a young player.
Taking the ball forward now through Strawn. Strawn bounces off a couple like a pinball. They're about 8 metres out now. And that's a knock on. That's a massive let off for the Nelson Bay side. And that's really poor
little bit execution. Exactly. My
what I was
favourite word of the
half.
Big scrum this one, Merewether Carlton. They haven't really put any pressure on the base scrum, certainly not in the second half. They really need to lift here and try and at least get a little shove on, maybe at least put a bit of pressure on the ball at the back of the scrum and give their breakaways a little bit of a head start in terms of applying some pressure to the kicker. Chad Northcott positioned right behind the goal post. He'll look to reef this out and find touch somewhere outside the 22 and allow the Nelson Bay defence to take a breather.
Yeah, a couple of players down here as time's been called off. A little bit of sort of sucking up the seconds, I'd imagine.
Pretty smart, I think, from the Bay. They've poured a lot into this game. Now 5 minutes to go on the clock, plus a bit of injury time. Of course, you're here for Bar TV and the Newcastle Herald. For all your rugby news, go to the Newcastle Herald, www.theherald.com.au, and of course, Rugby Union every Saturday, Thursday, Friday blog, and Saturday's paper. A great read.
And how was the blog this Friday, Jimmy?
Mate, lots of debate over the structure of the competition, how they can fix it. Certainly lots of ideas, mainly revolving around First Division, which is a real problem area at the moment, and a little bit of banter between Merewether, Carlton and the Wanderers players, and of course Hamilton as well. So a bit of everything, which is good.
Just the guys that can get on in the office and get on the keys.
Oh, mate, it's lunchtime, so on your iPhone or on your PC or your laptop or your iPad or whatever you got these days with technology. Here we go. Northcott looks to get a relieving kick down. That's another good roost.
Yeah, boots it down the field to about the 35-metre mark there. And that is a good roost there by Chad Northcott, who's probably been one of the Bay's better players today.
Yeah, I've been impressed with him. I knew I'd be impressed with him, but I've really been impressed with the centre pairing. I think they've been enormous. And Ben Lucas, the number 8, he's had a power of a game.
As Carlton bring the ball down now. Kelso taking that ball in through that centre channel there, right back into his forwards. Geez, he's running hard as Ernst tackled there. Nelson Bay players coming through that ruck, timing it really well. At the back now, go the blind side to Mac Nixon. Mac Nixon takes the ball to about the 40-metre line, shrugging people off.
He's made the effort.
Offside there, I feel it's got to be, as Barlow spills another one, but it's a penalty anyway.
Poor discipline there. It looks like he's reaching into his pocket here. Ooh. Repeat,
and it's a yellow card, and that's a big let-off for Merewether Carlton. It's a front rower as well.
Kieran Murphy, the
Irishman.
Yeah, he's obviously tested the patience of Rob Delbo once too many times. Last week they had 2 players sent to the sin bin. Nelson Bay this week again, they've had 2. Could this prove costly?
He was well offside though, but unfortunate now for the Bay. As Merewether Carlton, I'm sure they're going to go for this attacking maul again. As Sean Rich looks set to get the ball, but it goes to the back through Nolan, and they set well on him again, catching the Nelson Bay team off guard as the players come around. Nelson Bay defending them all pretty well, but Merewether Carlton still advancing slowly but surely again. Little feet, and the green room is urging them on as they come forward to about a metre out as they nearly get over the line, but the Bay stop the ball and come through and spoil the ball there for Ernst. That's a short ball there to Strawn, and he's taken a high there.
Around the shoulder, I think. He slipped up. Certainly I've seen penalties given for less.
As Gill takes the ball in, takes the ball up, and he's met by about 3 tacklers there. And the ball now at about the 10-metre mark. As Ward takes the ball down the blind, but Delbo has already called the knock-on. And it's a Merewether Carlton scrum, and that's a bit dubious there. The advantage probably should have been played.
I think he's called double knock on there at some point. I'm not sure where the Nelson Bay knock on came from, but a little let off there because it looked like Chris Ward was over.
Yeah, very unlucky for the Merewether Carlton side, but I guess lucky for the Bay side with a man down now.
Yeah, they bring the front rower on, and Jeremy Haddad, the lightweight breakaway. Certainly, they've missed his brother, Brendan Haddad. He's been an enormous player. It looks like he's going down to the New South Wales Waratahs development squad in the off-season, but he's out, looks like, for the rest of this season with an ankle injury. But young Jeremy certainly played above his weight.
Yeah, definitely. He was also impressed as well. He's been everywhere this game as the crowd.
He's played a bit of wing. He's played a bit of 5'8". He's just a real goer.
The crowd claps him off with a good game, and Merewether Carlton are going to probably want to put a bit of pressure on this scrum with the new front rower on. But the Bay side just dealing with as McRae goes down the blind there. He's got one to beat, and just pulled short. As the ball now settled at the back. Merewether Carlton forwards looking to run onto it. Gill passes the ball out, good ball to Crichton. Crichton finds a little bit of a gap but doesn't get through. Sets the ball up, there's no one there as the ball comes to the back. Ernst hands it off there to Kelso. Kelso makes half a break. Kelso keeps still going. Kelso strong, but pulled down, spinning around about 2 metres out. As the ball goes to the blind. And that's a cutout pass there. And Riley Smith scores in the corner.
Great vision by
good
Jaden
try.
Hetherington. Yeah, he's played a lot of 5'8". Stepped into first receiver there. He cut the man out, floated the pass. The wing had come up, just got caught out of position, and Riley Smith just slid in behind him. Very important kick now, the 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row,
Blake
whoa.
Crichton, nearly exactly the same spot. Last week against Wanderers, he had a chance to tie the game at the death. This week, there's probably 2 minutes to go on the clock. This one to win the game.
As Crichton, though, with the home crowd advantage this time. No boos and jeers for him this week. As he takes the ball out to about the 30-metre mark. As we look at the replay there, Hetherington just floats the ball out, and Smith, easy as you like. He probably could have taken the ball around a little bit further. And that's a good floating pass out there as the Bay player loses his footing. But he gets the ball down nicely, and that's a good try there for Merewether Carlton. And they certainly haven't given up this game at all. They haven't put their heads down and keep coming back. With about a minute to go as well on the Bar TV clock. Maybe a little bit more time on as the Bayside comes out, and Crichton misses the kick. That's unlucky for Crichton. And that's 35 all here at Townsend Oval for Bar TV, the home of grassroots sports.
Very important restart this one. Nelson Bay, they haven't won a restart all day, and this would be a great time to win their first. Beretta will no doubt put it up nice and high for the runners coming through.
Oh, and he's done exactly opposite to Barlow. He didn't really strike that one very well, Jimmy.
Yeah, that was
but you
shank.
put the mocker on him. As Ernst has the ball now, Gill takes the ball forward.
Ball in hand now from Merewether Carlton. They're just going to hang onto the ball and get up the
Good
other
little
end.
scooting run there by Mick Gill. Mac Ray at the back. Oh, gets the ball to Strawn. Strawn's just going to look to set it up now as he dances. Oh, looks like he's been hit high.
Yeah, he's missed that one, but he certainly, had he collected, he might not have had a head on his shoulders and for much longer.
Yeah, just a little slap around the face there for Strawn.
I think we're in
and
injury time.
I know Jay Strawn. Sometimes he needs a little slap around the face, Jimmy.
Fair enough, mate. I'll leave that call to you. They look to go deep in Merewether Carlton.
And that's a good kick there, taking them to just beyond the 30-metre line.
Could only be a couple of minutes left. I think 40 minutes is actually gone. We'll be in injury time now, so interesting to see what tactics Merewether Carlton take here. I'll be very surprised if they don't drive this up again. They've had plenty of success with it.
Yeah, that maul's been working for them all day today, Jimmy, as Mick Gill's set to throw. And it's up the back for Nolan. That's a good take again by Nolan.
Yeah, good throw into the wind too.
As they drive the ball forward again. The ball's at the back, and again, good structure in the maul by Merewether Carlton. As they keep driving.
Yeah, Mick Gill's got the ball.
Mick Gill has the ball. It's at the front now as the ball needs to come to the back there for Merewether. The maul now collapsed, and Kelso takes that ball forward as he's been doing all the second half and hands the ball off there to
Great try.
Smith. Riley Smith for another try in the middle of the field in front of the green room. That's a good try right on the stroke of full time. Merewether Carlton now hit the lead again, and that should be game.
And that's out of trouble if I've ever seen. A great run by Aidan Kelso. He's come into 5'8" a number of times, just played very direct. There's something Wanderers did last week with Luke mentioned. Maybe they've picked up on that. And it just gets him over the out-on. He's so strong. He's got great leg drive, upper body strength. He set that up for
Riley Smith.
And Riley Smith.
Riley Smith sauntering on the infield there. Good wingers try. And as you said, Kelso just too strong. And shrugging off a couple of tacklers.
Ball's there.
As we go now to the replay, we see Ernst at the back, just feeds it out to Kelso, who runs onto it like a front row forward, and just a nice little handoff to Smith, and Smith just scores in front of the green room, and that's where you want to score a try coming home for Merewether Carlton, Jimmy. But it has been an absolutely wonderful game with both sides throwing everything at it. As Crichton shapes to kick. The score 40-35, but I think it's going to be irrelevant because it's pretty much full time. As the Bayside still run out, can't take anything away from the Bay. It's been a really, really close game, all game, with a little bit of time still on the board, a little bit of injury time, as there has been a couple of stoppages and breaks in play with those sin binnings and a couple of injuries at the scrum. As Burita now looks to reset. Last throw of the dice now for Nelson Bay.
One more chance for the Bay. He needs to make this a good restart.
Oh, and he kicks the ball kind of off the side of his boot again. Mitchell Frost takes the ball forward. Merewether Carlton take the one easily. They're going to have to play safety first rugby here. Nothing silly. But I can't say nothing silly because there's been a few silly things done this game, Jimmy.
Yeah, it certainly hasn't been one for the purists this game, but it's been certainly one that's had plenty of entertainment.
Mick Gill with the ball. He'll take it up forward. The old stalwart with his last game at Townsend Oval. Barlow trucks it forward as well. Merewether Carlton side with the ball at the back. Mac Ray taking the ball. Again.
Yeah, he's had another wonderful game, hasn't he? He's been so strong at the back of that scrum that's been under a fair bit of pressure. Looks like the Merewether Carlton are just going to play the clock down here. Forwards are just trucking out one out. And he kicks into the touch, and that's going to be full time. They get out of jail. Great effort by Merewether Carlton. Great for the four guys retiring, but geez, lot to like about the way the Bay play. And certainly, this is not over. On today's performance, it wouldn't surprise if Nelson Bay can surprise, pop an upset against either Hamilton or Wanderers. But Merewether Carlton now in the driving seat for 5th spot.
Yeah, definitely a good game. And thanks again for joining us, Jimmy Garner from the Herald. You can go and have a look at the match review tonight after he types that one up. And we've been here today for Bar TV. Merewether Carlton have won the match of the round, 42-35, in a really exciting game of rugby for the greater NHRU competition. We'll be back next week. Thanks very much, everyone, for tuning in.
Oh, mate. Oh, mate. Yeah. Last game, mate. 2 to go. Oh. Yeah.